There are not many artists for me personally that I have gotten so hot and so cold from project to project more than James Blake. This is right here, the brand new album from James Blake. It's called Trying Times. Speaking of trying times, my AC unit upstairs is leaking again. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be a certain way. It never stopped leaking. I never fixed it. It's been broken for a very long time, and I have gotten to the point where I bought a set of little matching buckets to catch all the water. And every day or every other day, I have to empty out these buckets. And I'm a bit ashamed. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm slumming it in some kind of way. But if you don't know, fixing an AC unit is really, really fucking expensive. Just having someone come to your house and look at it is a lot of money. And then, of course, no matter what the issue may be, it always ends up being you need a whole new unit, which I do not have the money for. But for now, I'm just going to keep emptying buckets. So, that for me right now is an example of trying times. Along with, like, I don't know, the government. Now, as far as this record right here, this follows his last album, the record he did, that collaborative project he did with Lil Yachty, that I did not care for. I didn't think it was very good. But on this record, there is a lot going on here. And as I mentioned before, as far as being hot and cold when it comes to James Blake, all the best qualities of James Blake, which there are many of, I feel like are perfectly cohesively put together on this project. Because there is um, a lot of sleepier elements to James Blake's music that I tend to not really care for. His music in the past has literally put me to sleep, but not in a good way, not because it's so soothing and relaxing, but because I am simply bored. But I do believe he is a fantastic mood setter. He is for sure that. And his records all are kind of like those paintings that change as you move around the room, or those other paintings that change when someone else enters the room. He does have a particular effect on all of your senses as you're listening to an album from James Blake. And I have to say, this, in my opinion, is potentially, and I could be way off base here, depending on if you right now are watching this and you're a big fan of his, this might be his best work. I love this album. I feel like the thing that is really grabbing me about this album is that I feel like I'm listening to James Blake just have fun. He's having these little mini pivots throughout this record that are really surprising and just really cool to see him try. Like, for example, the song Make Something Up, which is this indie rock song that was really surprising to hear as far as the instrumentation and how it was produced. And also Rest of Your Life, which in the middle of the song kind of just turns into this clubby dance track out of nowhere. And that's how a lot of things are happening on this record. There are multiple moments where you feel like you know what you're listening to, but slowly creeping up behind you, it's like, nope, actually, we're doing this. And I, for the first time, listening to a project from this man, I actually feel like I'm invited to the gathering. Because every time I listen to a record from James Blake, I feel like I'm here to just observe this icy, cold, distant thing that can be beautiful at times, but I'm just simply not a part of it. And this record just feels really inviting. You're here to just kind of partake in just the whimsical nature of this record. And don't get me wrong, this record has plenty of gorgeous, gorgeous moments on this album that James Blake is typically known for, but this just kind of also oddly slaps from time to time, and I just found it to be really refreshing all the different avenues that he wanted to take on this album. I feel like on this album, all the whimsical and enchanting elements of James Blake's music and production are all ticked up just a couple more notches, and they're just a bit more bolder. And I am just super here for it. I enjoyed this record so much that I completely forgot how annoying I find his wife. That's not fair, but man, I get it. You're tall, you're beautiful, you're exotic, and you have opinions on everything. She has opinions on everything. She would have an opinion on my AC unit. She would have an opinion on what I said about my AC unit, as far as, emptying my buckets and I feel like I'm slumming it. Like, she'd be like, "Do you know what slumming it really is? Have you ever been to a third world country? They're the ones who are slumming it. You know nothing. You know nothing about struggle." That's what she would say. That's what she would say. But that's not nice. I should not talk about other people's significant others. That's not right. I'm sure she's a nice, tall, beautiful model, rich. Um, I'm sure she's wonderful. I'm sure she's wonderful. But you know what else is wonderful? This record. And, I'm trying to find some faults here. I'm trying to hold back my enthusiasm for this record. But you know what? I don't want to. I really, really enjoyed this. I think this is fantastic. And you know what? 10 sticks of butter. Peace, love, butter.